Hello, guys. Welcome back. And here we are with another fantastic, a very exciting, a very passionate interview for you. Another one of the Apprentice candidates. And it's with great delight that I am pleased to introduce you to Anisa Topan.
Hi!
Hello.
Hi,
And
Richard.
thank you very much for joining us today. It's brilliant
Absolute pleasure.
to have you here. And, I appreciate you're incredibly busy and rushing around all over the place. So thank you. Do you want to just, obviously, I'm sure many people will know you from The Apprentice, but do you want to just explain a bit about who you are, what you do day to day?
Yeah, so I'm Anisa and I run a fashion PR business. So I set it up about 4 years ago now, and I represent various different clients in both the fashion and wellness sectors. And all it is really just promoting them and making sure their business is at the front of minds of journalists, celebrities, ambassadors, and just every day, just making sure that they're highlighted basically in the press and the media. So that's my day to day, which I absolutely love, and I love the reward of just seeing getting really good coverage from my clients. I get such a buzz out of it. I just get so excited about it. So yeah, it's a really fun job. Very hard working, no glitz and glamour in fashion. If you FYI for anyone else out there that wants to know, it's just pretty hardcore. But and also doing events. We just did something over London Fashion Week for the Moroccan government and did a whole presentation there, which was amazing. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I do really.
Wow. Wow, and inspirational. And yes, I can imagine how full on that is for you, because even once you've actually arranged some PR and all the rest of it, actually your job doesn't finish there. You have to
No,
keep going
yes,
to promote it.
yes. It just carries on. You're like, there's never an end. You're like, when does this project actually end? But always really rewarding and satisfying when you get really good results. Like, for instance, the Moroccan show, we just got it up on Vogue. I think it was yesterday. Lara, we were working together on a project, and my colleague called me up and she was like, we got it on Vogue. And I was like, yeah. So it's a great feeling. But that took 3 weeks after the show to come out. So it does take time and follow up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell us a bit about what mentoring means to you.
So I think mentoring is so very important for business owners. Like for me, I didn't really have much mentoring. I just went in cold, and I'd seen business and how I thought it could be done better as an agency. I just felt that I could do things my own way and had to learn the hardest and longest way how not to do things. So for years, I would just do things I would overservice my clients, and I would think that they had to have the world, and they would just keep asking me for more. And then I was just literally bleeding myself dry. And if I'd had someone there who could just say, Nisa, you need to actually set boundaries around your time, because then you'll be valued more. You need to put a price on how much time you're working on this, where you're not making a living wage. I didn't have anyone to mentor me, to teach me how to do these things. And I regret that in a way. And my husband runs his own company, and he had a colleague that did so much mentoring, and he's just flying now. And it just shows that, I reckon if we were all partnered with someone when you're starting a business as an entrepreneur, and even just looking after yourself, I guess I freelanced from a very young age, and I burnt my body out in 2009. I got glandular fever, I got really ill, and I had to put myself back together because I was so invested in my clients to the point where I didn't take care of myself. And I think if I had just had some little voice there from someone who was more experienced than me, just saying to me, Nisa, look, slow down. You're young. You've got plenty of years to do this. And the way you need to do it is in this way, or this is the right way to do it. I just think that would have been so valuable to me. So I can't underestimate how important mentoring is, and to have an ambassador or somebody that, believes in you as well, I think, because you can believe in yourself so much, but you need someone there sometimes to just say, he's got your back, and can say, you've got this, you've got this. And I think that's so important in business.
Absolutely. And to be working with someone who has walked the walk is so fundamental to the concept of mentoring.
Completely. And especially in industries, I think creative industries in particular, because you're just navigating it your own way. And I haven't had business training. I went to Central St Martin's and I got a really prestigious fashion degree, a fashion communications and promotions degree. But that didn't teach me how to run a business. It taught me I could write, and I could take photographs, and I could create a magazine, and I could make things pretty, but then when you try and put that into, I could promote myself quite naturally, I think, quite confident. But the business side of things, the maths, and how many working billable hours am I doing? None of that came into it. It was just this absolute passion and force from me. And I just wish I'd had that, that person there to say, hang on, just slow it down. You've got this, and just this is the way to do things, And I think that's, it's invaluable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as you go through the journey of running a business, I know from my own personal experience, there are different mentors that you need in your life.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. Like, I think, you know, for me, like, even when I was writing my business plan for the show, I had an accountant. Like, I had to get in touch with my accountant. I was like, oh my god, my maths is definitely not my strongest suite here, you know, please can you give me a bit of help? And then my cousin knew an investment banker who kindly gave me his time as well, and was just like, I can't even remember, just help me with the matrix of these figures that I just never on my own, because when I worked it out initially, my costs were just ridiculous. I even looked at them and I was like, that is just ridiculous. I need help, you know? And it's like, so you need the financial side of things, and you need like someone else to help you with the different, like the creative elements, things, someone like that, you know? And I'm really lucky because I work with some amazing clients. Like I've got, Vivian Westwood's son, Joe Corey, on my books, and he's so inspiring, and he's such a good businessman. He co-founded Azure Provocateur. He does his own label now. He's also part of Alamasca. He does so many of his businesses, and he's been a real strong force, because I think even going to him with my concept of what PR was, he turned it on his head. He's like, I don't want that kind of PR. I'm punk. I'm like old school. I want like different kind of PR that's like this. And I was like, oh my god, no, I don't understand this. And it took me a really long time to grasp what that looked like. And in a way, he's been a really incredible mentor to me, as has I used to work for Coco de Mer, Sam Roddick. So I used to read Anita Roddick's books as a kid, literally like this. My dad would always say to me, Anisa, you're obsessed with Anita Roddick. You just want to be here. And I was like, I just loved her business. And it came from something in her, like literally her kitchen, making products, and went into a shop into Brighton, then became like this global powerhouse. And I was so incredibly lucky to work with Sam all these years later on Coco de Mer, and her creativity and her passion, and come from that background. I used to have Anita Roddick on the phone to me, which is so surreal, like, because I used to be writing newsletters for the brand, and Sam has dyslexia, and I'm really good. I'm like the spelling bees. I'm always really good at spelling. But there are times when Sam's like, you've got to hurry up, you've got to leave. And I was like, but I can't check it. She's like, just send it out. And I'll have Anita Roddick call me up going, Anisa, why haven't you proofread this? Because she used to be a teacher as well. Why haven't you checked the spelling? You know the spelling is wrong. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Sam rushed me out there. I didn't get a chance to do it properly. So, you know, I've had some really incredible mentors myself that beyond words, I never thought I'd have mentors that I have now. Like, in a way, they inspire me in so many different ways. But I wish I'd had someone that had done PR, had run their own agency, and could turn around to me and say, Anisa, this is the way to do it. I actually really wish I'd had that kind of mentor in my life. I think it would have sped up my learning curve, and I think I would have got results a lot faster, and I would have saved myself a lot of heartache and time, you know. And I'm open to listening, so I think I'd be a good candidate to have a mentor.
Absolutely. That's really apparent from the reflective skills that you're growing. Actually, as you're talking through the mentors that have influenced you, you're reflecting on how they've influenced you.
Yeah,
and that's a good sign of a mentee.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and it's true, but I love learning. I think you learn things every single day, and I'd be so pig-headed if I was like, I know it all, because I definitely don't. And it's through my mistakes. And even now, when you make the same mistakes, sometimes you're like, oh my god, why? But you learn, and you move forward. And I think, it's important.
So true. So you eventually got around to applying for the Apprentice. I'm assuming it was the first time you applied, so you got through. So tell us a bit about what you wanted to achieve from Lord Sugar's mentoring.
As well as being a massive fan of the show, like every year, winter time comes, I'm just like, The Apprentice. So I loved it anyway. And at the end of the last season, I just felt like, actually the year felt like, I don't know what it was when I watched it, I felt I could do it. It was the first year I thought, I think I could do this. And I was sitting with my husband, he was like, I think you'd be so good at it, because you make decisions quickly, you're really strong with your opinions, you know what you want, you get stuff done. Especially in fashion, you have to move really quickly, and everything goes wrong in an event, you have to fix it all. So I thought I'd have those kind of skill set to kind of go for it, and I just went for it, and it was amazing. I can't believe that audition tape is out there, because at that point, I was ill, and I never thought in 100 years it would ever be to that stage. I thought I'd be in and out in 30 seconds. And actually what I was really hoping to glean from it was the mentoring. That was mainly, obviously investment is incredibly essential, but with investment and no mentoring, I don't know how far I'd actually go. Maybe I'd still make my own little circles again, and I wouldn't go where I want to end up going. So to me, it was like his network, Lord Sugar's network, his influence, his experience. Oh my God, like how much of a learning curve will that just chop and down? I wouldn't have to learn it. Like, obviously I've learned so much to this point, but it would just cut down my learning time. I'd learn faster and more robustly. And that to me was like incredibly important. That I think would be a game changer. You make the business work no matter what, because you have the investment and you have the mentoring. Whereas you give me the money, I'm sure I would do a great job with it, but I don't think I'd hit that peak that I could hit if I had that mentoring as well. So to me, it was part and parcel, really, both, you know, that was both important things. It wasn't just the money, it was like money and the experience and the mentoring, really.
And the desire, I assume, the desire to scale up your business.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And I felt like at the moment I'm a really Me Too business. I'm doing the same thing like a lot of my friends are doing in London. And I just thought, I can change this. I have a new revolutionary idea to niche PR out into what I really want to do, and then to like divide it into 3 different subsectors so that there are 3 different revenue streams. And I thought it was quite new because PR it's changed immensely since I studied it. Back in the early 2000s, you know, like we didn't have social media, we didn't have anything digital, and I think it's diversifying so quickly. But I think there's quite a progressive idea we could use to kind of move everything forward in a new way, and that to me was incredibly exciting as well. So that combined with the thought of getting investment and the thought of Lord Sugar was just like a heady combination. And as a PR, I know that profile is also important too, and PR for yourself, and it would be a great way to do that. And can I just say, did get featured in PR Week the other week. When would that ever happen in 100 years? I could do amazing, brilliant campaigns and put myself forward, and probably other bigger agencies would get that accolade. So I was like, ooh. So it's very exciting all the way around.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, because it's potential there to massively change your business and to massively help you to scale up, not just from the investment, but also particularly from the mentoring. And as you say, the risk is, even with a massive investment, and this is what you see on Program there and Shark Tank over in the States as well, the risk is you get the investment and you end up just spending it on putting good money up a bag, as it were.
Yeah, like over hiring, or you get excited with the money and you're like, oh, I could get an office that looks like this, or I can have this that look like that. It's not going to be useful, you know, it's not going to be useful at all. So yeah, definitely 2 and 2, like hand in hand. That's why I applied.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we're obviously getting to a point where we're going to have to wrap up, I'm afraid. We're running out of time.
Yeah,
but,
no worries.
I just want to ask you, what do you think the future of mentoring is?
I really believe that when you're a budding entrepreneur, you need to find a buddy that's a mentor, like 100%. Like there's no other way. I think it should be. It just shouldn't be any other way, because if you have that person there that you're meeting and you're talking to, and you have your goals and you have problems, you have someone there to help you solve them. You're not on your own. And it's tough enough in this country to set up a business, keep it running, and do well at it. It's so incredibly tough, and I think it puts a lot of people off when they don't have that help. And not only that, you see a lot of businesses that start like really strong and they just don't carry on, and people invest a lot of money into really weird things that they just shouldn't do. And I just think if you had someone there to advise you and to give you that clarity, then I think we'd have a lot more successful entrepreneurs. And I think a lot more would get done, and you wouldn't have to spend, like I've spent like 4 years crafting this. No, before that, I freelanced since 2008. So all these years I spent crafting it to get to agency, then to have to relearn again in order to do my own thing. And I just think, the future would be just to immediately have a bank of mentors that you could go to and matchmake, you know? And I think that would be brilliant. And I would be happy, like if someone came to me now and said they want to start their own agency, I would be more than happy to say, let me tell you all these things now to save you heartache, but please listen, because otherwise you're just going to waste like a good few years, you know? So I definitely think that's the future of doing things. And I think we should all be doing it that way.
Absolutely. And actually we were both talking about that applying to television work as well, and career in I'm going to say on the screen as well.
Yeah, 100%. Across everything, you know? No, brilliant.
It's so true. Well, it's been a real genuine pleasure, Anisa, and I have to say, I absolutely love your passion. Now, if people want to find out more about you and more about your agency, where on earth do they find that information?
Okay, so my agency is called the 25th Hour. It was hilarious because it was under my own name, Anisa Topan Communications. I branded it to the 25th Hour, and everyone was like, why did you do that? It needs to be under your own name. So it's under the 25th Hour, and that's my consultancy and agency work. And I'll be relaunching my own site very soon, and that'll be at anisatopan.com. So you'll find me there. And I'm on Instagram under my name, Anisa Topan. So feel free to find me, Twitter, everything. I'm there. Just maybe not Facebook, but the Instagram and Twitter, I'm 100% there. So you can find me there.
Excellent. Anisa, it has been a real pleasure. I've thoroughly enjoyed our interview. I'm sorry we've run out of time, but thank you very much for everything you've shared.
Likewise, Richard. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.